You don't actually want weight loss. You say you do, but what you really want is a shortcut. You want to feel better without doing the uncomfortable stuff. And I say this with all love because I used to do the same thing. I wanted the body, the energy, and the confidence, but I didn't want to be the one to build her. That was one of the hardest conversations I had with myself. Standing in the bathroom mirror, 80 pounds overweight, staring at the scale like it owed me something. And the question that caused me pause, had me reevaluate how I had been doing things, was why do we keep trusting the shortcuts when we know they don't work? Let's unpack that. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Most of us, we don't want to do the work. I didn't want to do the work. We want the outcome without the process. And you know what? In retrospect, that's like ordering furniture from IKEA and then getting upset when it comes in a box and we have to build it. We have to put it together. That's the deal. We have to put it together. We've got to put ourselves together, our habits together. You know, psychologists have found that when people build something themselves, even if it's a little bit janky, they tend to love it more than something that's pre-made. At least most people, most of the time. Do you know why that is? Because we value what we invest in. The same brain that cusses the scale out on Monday is also wired to love our progress more when we build it with our own sweat, with our own I showed up for it, even when I didn't feel like it days. So let that sink in. You don't hate the process. You just haven't stayed in it long enough to own the results. So let's build something right now together. Picture the you you're working on. She's glowing, moves with ease. Her habits are just who she is. Now picture today, the glass of water you drink, the walk you didn't skip, the jar of almond butter you didn't demolish. That is the first screw in your foundation to your future self. So then why do we keep falling for shortcuts? Even when we know better, why do we keep falling for shortcuts? I mean, really, because they offer us a fantasy. Drop 20 pounds in 5 days. Rub this lemon balm on your stomach for flat abs. Or the promise to tell you one weird trick personal trainers hate. Shortcuts, they promise us feeling without effort. But there's a catch. If we don't build it, we won't believe it. We won't cherish it. We won't hold on to it. That is one of the major reasons why people who lose weight really fast gain it back even faster. Because shortcuts, they can give you the body, but not the belief. And belief, that's what keeps the weight off. I've been able to maintain my weight loss for well over a decade because belief is the driver. Belief is what helps us not eat every feeling and live life on the couch. It makes us say, I did this. I can do it again and again and again. Because when you build your body on your own, you're also building trust with yourself. Did you know that? Now let's go deeper for a second. Why are we always starting over? Why do we skip past boring real solutions in exchange for the shiny new quick fixes? Primarily because shortcuts make us feel emotionally safe, surface-wise. They let us pretend that we're actually doing something without the risk of actually failing at something real. Because the thing is, you're not afraid of hard work. You're afraid of doing the work and not seeing the results. I've been there. I've cried in my kitchen with a jar of almond butter and a spoon in hand thinking, what's the point? But you know what changed that state for me? I stopped chasing the finish line and started building the foundation. One solid habit, one nourishing meal, one walk, one rest day, and one day where I just did not quit. And you know what? At 54, I love what I've built. And I want you to feel that same love for your journey. When you look in the mirror, I want you to feel proud, not because your body changed, but because you did. You changed. And if you're ready to build, hit the subscribe button. Let's do this together. Because I don't just talk about weight loss. I talk about aging well, aging better. Weight loss is just one tiny component of it. Because the life you want, it won't come in a box. You gotta build it.